So, when did you realize that the alien was suddenly gone?
Well, on approximately the 9th day, we knew that we were being followed, that our houses had been gone through. At that time, I had some other friends helping me, and they were in the same boat, where they knew they were being watched. People were pursuing them, watching every move. They thought people had been in their house. At that point, I made a trip to secure some of the last photographs that I had taken to another location, and at that point I drove back home, and as I drove home I realized that there were 3 vans in front of my house, and people were going into my house. I continued and never stopped, and came back a day later to find my house ransacked, and there were holes in the floor, there were holes in the walls. They had gone through everything that I had. They had taken all the evidence that I had at my house. And I walked to the garage and opened the door, which had been removed from the hinges, set aside. And I walked in, and the freezer was gone.
The entire freezer?
The entire freezer was gone.
My Lord. And so that's...
and that's the last time
you saw the creature.
I saw anything to do with that.
And so, did you call the police?
Considering everything that had been happened, and I had talked with a policeman a few days earlier, that was a futile effort. They didn't believe anything, little green men.
You say you spoke with Peter Davenport, and I spoke briefly...
Actually, Gary spoke with Peter Davenport.
Gary spoke with Peter Davenport, all right. And when he spoke with him, can you recall about when that was?
Well, it was about 2 days after we had brought it home.
So, let's see, the original...
it was about the 17th.
About the 17th, all right.
Now, I know at that time, Gary did not give his name, but he did inquire about what if, what would you recommend doing?
Uh-huh.
I think the information given was, if it's real, you need to contact the authorities. You need to contact, somebody who can come down and do this and look at this.
Mm-hmm.
We were both doing things at the same time. I was talking to other people through different means, different people through the university, trying to get somebody to come and look. But like I said, the doors were being closed as fast as we were opening them.
Mm-hmm. I understand. All right. This is just an amazing story, and I think that from here, if you are willing to have the negatives examined, and you say you are.
Yes. We've, I have gone through this process before, and I will provide, the evidence under the right circumstances.
All right.
I have had 3/4 of the evidence taken from me, lost. What I have left is very little in comparison to what I had. This is one of the reasons I'm talking with you.
I understand, to get this on the record. Well, what we have won't go away, that's for darn sure. Whitley?
Well, when we examine, the Community Foundation does work like this, when the evidence is so sensitive, the witness comes with the evidence and is there the whole time.
So we will arrange through Whitley, through Peter Davenport, move on through other organizations. We have lots of resources. Doctor, we will contact you. We will contact Robert Wraith, and I guess you're somewhat incommunicado for obvious reasons, and we can contact you through Robert. Is that correct?
Yes.
Whitley, anything else?
Only that it's a very interesting and extraordinary story. one that deserves another program, and we need to put our heads together and figure out exactly what else we want to ask the doctor, because there are
other questions,
points
yes,
that
I
have not
agree.
been covered.
I absolutely agree. Gentlemen, both of you, would you be willing to do another program next week?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
That's a yes from both.
Yes. We have a phone number and an address too. If people want to write to it and ask some questions.
Okay, we don't have a lot of time, so if you have a phone number, go ahead and give that out.
Okay, it's San Diego UFO Society, and the phone number is area code 619-299-9157.
Let me see if I've got that right. Say it again, 619...
299...
Right.
9157.
San Diego UFO Society.
Yeah, and it's P.O. Box 34351, San Diego, California, 92103.
All right. I think for tonight we have as much of the story as we can get. People can follow up with telephone calls and or by writing. Give that address one more time, please.
The address is P.O. Box 34351, San Diego, California, 92103.
Well, it's an amazing, amazing breaking story. I'm honored that you would come here to tell that story. Whitley, thank you for your assistance. I will reschedule a show for all of us next week to follow up with more questions.
Thank you, Mr. Bell.
Thank you very much, Art.
Good night, Art.
Good night, all.